Hello traders and welcome to tradingwithbill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Pattaya, Thailand, and I gotta tell you, overcast skies today. I don't see much sun out there this morning. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We need a cool day. Take a cool day. Yesterday was nice and cool. So anyhow, good to be with you traders. It is Thursday, November the 8th, 2018. The elections are over, and it's all done and said, and yeah, it is what it is. So here we are back at the trading desk. You know, I got to tell you, YouTube, 95% of the time is spot on. This morning, I couldn't upload something, just drove me out of my mind. I'm like 23 minutes late today because of this. Drove me crazy. I got to be honest with you, drove me crazy. So let's talk about markets. So yesterday, I was in the markets, and I like I said before, don't do anything until after like London and all that. And I know I saw a lot of fake outs, and I sort of got like turned off by it. And I like sort of ignored the markets, and then I come to the desk today, and of course I'm looking at this euro dollar that just like really did the old tank move. And it was expected, by the way. We're going to see when I show you New York that, we were expecting ESs to come up. We were expecting the NQs to come up. We were expecting this stuff to happen. You take a look on this here, you can see, the NASDAQ, right? Up, 3%, right? The Dow up 2%. S&P VIX, believe it or not, is down to 1636. So, we expected that after this election and the results. So now the fun part starts, is now we have to figure out how we're going to trade in the next week and maybe into Friday, see what you're going to do, right? So let's see what's going on in news. So anyhow, New Zealand had RBNZ interest rate decision and monetary policy statement, a rate statement, and then a press conference. Really? Have you looked at your New Zealand chart yet? It hasn't moved. I mean, hasn't done nothing. Looks like the same. Like I had to check my thing, make sure my feed was working. Yeah, it hasn't done a thing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Oh, all right. What do we got? Current account in Japan today. OICS house price balance out of the pound. Swiss has got unemployment rate. German trade balance, that might be interesting. ECB economic bulletin. Spain's got a Spanish 10-year obligation auction. EU economic forecast. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see how they're moving along. Initial jobless claims comes out today. The CAT has housing starts. Looks like a big number. And China has imports, exports, and trade balance. So. So what's going on, my friends? Anything good? Anything good? Yeah, so I'm late today. I'm like about 40 minutes late. My YouTube friends weren't cooperating with me. Look at this oil. I've been saying it for a long time, heading to 60. And it just looks like it doesn't want to. Gave us a little fun here, right? Thought, well, maybe this is it, right? Maybe we're going to head to the upside a little bit here. Well, it didn't do anything. It's continuing just to tank, absolutely tank. Yeah, I mean, I liked it when it was doing the up-down thing, right? And listen. I was wrong on this move by about $20. I thought this thing was going to 78, 79, 80, somewhere in there. This thing has just really moved to the downside big time. Dollar index is at 95.16. Is the NQs, look at this move to the upside, just barreled to the upside there. The VIX is really down. The VIX is down to 1636. Again, that was expected. The day before yesterday, yesterday it was expected that volatility was just going to take a lump to the downside, and that the other things were going to make a move to the upside. Now we had some higher lows here, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low on the ESs, and they continue to climb. And I would expect that that's going to happen for a little bit, right? I've been telling everybody that this down move we had for the last 2 or 3 weeks, this market is not bearish. And apparently it's not bearish, right? However, if you take a look at the Euro futures /6E, what does William say about Euro? Just sell it. Hasn't done anything. A little spike here, maybe election jitters here, woohoo, and boom, right back to where she's been for like the last 5 days. Hasn't done a thing. So that's what's going on. I think it's really interesting. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a fun time to be trading. When you have, the U.S. or any big country that has elections, it's fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun. All right, so let's do it. Let's get to it, as they say. So I was jumping around this morning, and I looked at this dollar yen, and a couple of things that I really liked about this pair was I liked how it reacted, one, off of support, had a fight here, and how it just continued to the upside. Really didn't pay attention to anything, right? Just continued to the upside. And, I want to see this get up to this 1370 area, 1360. And we are more than happy to take this back down, right? So, yeah, this looks really, really good. I mean, even if you took it here at 1360 and you took it down 1310, it's a 50-pip trade. So even if it starts to turn around now, it's okay to enter the trade. This is still a viable trade. To the downside, we want to get to 1310. And we'll get out of it, right? You might have to, maybe 15. Depends on how it bounces on that 200. If you look back, it does respect that 200 exponential moving average. So if I got close to that and I got my 40 pips, I'd be all about, just get out of this trade. Just get out of the trade. All right, so here's our euro. So we can take we'll take these drawing tools off. As far as I'm concerned, they're done. And now we're in a new ball game here, right? So this overshot, what we were looking for, made its way up all the way to that 1480. Don't you love those 80s, the double numbers? Look at this, almost to the pip right there, 1499. You just gotta love that stuff. This is technical trading. That's what that's what I'm all about. I'm about reading charts and technical trading. What goes on in the media and the news and all that stuff, that's fine. I just watch events, though. When data comes out, be aware of it, right? Other than that, just trade technically. This is nice here, and to me, there's not a lot to gander here, folks. I'm looking to buy this, right? I'm looking to buy this. This is a buy trade here at this 1420, 1430 area. We're going to take this back to the upside. I don't see anything that's saying, oh, this is bearish. Not at this point. Do I think it's going to stay this way? Of course not. No, this is going to continue, to the upside, right? If you just take something like this, right? That's just an up move, right? We go along with the party here, right? That's a nice. Right, boom, oh, sorry. There you go, all right? This just a nice up move, right? So, you would expect this, to bounce here and just head to the upside, go for it. If it breaks this, gives us a retest, well, that's fine too. Why? Because we got a nice wide open space down here. We get down here at 1380, wow, I'm all in, right? 1380, we're going, right? 1380, let's do it, right? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why wouldn't you? 1380 on the euro, we'll take it. Right? Not going to do anything at 1400 level. Not going to do anything at 1420, right? It's got to prove to us that it wants to get down there. We don't want to be getting faked out too much. little fake out's okay. You know, we take a couple of pip hits, that's fine. But, you know, we want some, man, this breaks is 1380. We'll come all the way down here at 1320, right? 1330, 1320, somewhere in here. We'll come into some stuff here, looking left of the chart, but this is wide open here, folks. This is just wide open. And again, I'm talking technically. I'm not talking about fundamentally and, you know, what's going on in that country, this country. This is just technically. And this just looks to me like this is going to be a nice bounce to the upside. Maybe we can get back up to that 1500 or the 1480 and we'll sell it, whatever the situation. But we have two trades here in both directions and very clear trades. Not a lot of decision making here. It's pretty simple, right? All right. Again, this is, you know, here we go again, and I don't want to take that off there, by the way. So we'll just take these off one by one. So this line, which I think is significant, is now going to come up here. Maybe even a little bit higher. There we go. And this little bad boy, I'm okay with where it's at. You know, I'm okay with that support line. You do have another one here. Folks, levels. Man, just get addicted to price levels, right? Put lines on your charts and levels on your charts, you know. I used to keep them on there forever. I did. I used to keep them on there all the time. I don't do it, and probably the reason I don't do it is I'm an intraday trader. 99% of the time I don't keep trades overnight. So I'm looking for levels for that day, right? I'm not looking for levels that happened months ago or even weeks ago, right? I'm an intraday trader. I trade what's in front of me because I'm in there for 2 or 3. I want to be in a trade 2-3 hours. I want out, right? And I've told you all before, I like to be in 3 or 4 trades. In, out, right? 2-3 hours, 4 hours, that's it. I'm done, right? So what are we going to do with this pound? Well, I don't believe the pound is strong, right? I don't believe the pound is strong. And the dollar isn't strong. So this is kind of like what's going on here. Well, technically, we're at resistance. The 10 and the 50 are having a party together, and I'm looking to sell it, right? I'm looking to sell this. So if you got in there at 31.25, right? You put your stop at 31.50. Well, 45, somewhere in there, maybe even 40. Give yourself 20 or 30 pips. I would not put my stop above this resistance line because I'm not willing to risk, 40 plus pips to hope that this comes down, right? I can end up with an overshoot, get stopped out, could end up to that 3,200 level, right? I don't really want to battle that situation. So I'm looking for, let's get in this here, give it a 15, 20 pip stop, and let it come down. And that's how I look at it. Now, the 200 exponential moving average, I don't think we're going to have an issue here, right? We don't have a lot of price action here, So I think if this does decide to give us a shot here, we can come down at 129.47. This is a nice trade. This is a nice 60 plus pip trade if it can work out. And again, we just need some confirmation. We need that one. We need a nice big red candle below that 55 EMA, which is that blue line on the chart, teal line on the chart, whatever. We just need a nice close. We're not going to do anything with this, right? Like keep that to you. Keep that for somebody else. Let somebody else mess with that. Don't do that, right? I mean, those are really bad. And, we might end up, traders might have said, I had enough with these elections and everything. And, we can be down to nothing for the next 2 days, right? We can have no trading. We can have no entries. It's a possibility. I hope not. Really, that's not what I want to see. All right, my ninja trader said the New Zealand dollar did not move anywhere. Let's take a look. No, it hasn't done anything. I guess this must have been the big. This was the big spike here for their data. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. But I want to sell it. Right below this 55 EMA. Want to sell it. I like this level. I'm not too worried about this 200. I really don't think that's in play, so we'll just remove that. You know, here's your next level down there. So we sort of like have our act together a little bit. Let's take one over here. Bam. Right. So now you see where we're at, what we got. You know, this is going to be a nice move if we can get in this 67.50, 67.60, you know, and we'll take it down to 66.30, right? See how it goes. I don't think that's a bad trade if we can grab 40 or 50 pips out of the New Zealand dollar. Do I think it's going to happen today? No. Now, what's the counteract to that? Well, the counteract to that is really simple. The counteract to that is that this is just going to fib, and it's just going to continue to the upside. Do I think that's going to happen today? No. So I'll just take down this first swing here. Right? So you're watching at this 50% fib level. Looks like the next, it's coming up to an area here where I watch. But this 50%, really the 618 also, it's got some hurdles to do here if it wants to. But this 55 at the 618 looks like a spot. If it's going to go back to the upside, it's going to bounce down. It's going to head back up. And we'll just watch it, right? But you know I don't buy the New Zealand dollar. No. Right? This is all election. This is all election stuff. I mean, come on, they had major data come out today, and like the candles didn't move. Oh, I'm sorry, they had a little move there, but didn't do anything. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. I don't think it's done anything. All right, so what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to get rid of that bad boy. We don't need you. Bye-bye. You know, these all made big moves to the upside. And you realize that the dollar is still strong, right? The dollar, you know, is at 96 still on the dollar index. So the dollar is still strong. So the dollar is in play. The dollar has to play somewhere in your analysis that the dollar is still valid as a, you know, as a trade plan, right? Do I want to buy this here? Well, most people would probably, which myself included, right? Pop this, pop that down to there, knock that off, right? It's basically, it's at the 618 with the 55 EMA right here. Basically, if it's going to bounce, it should do it right here, right? It should do it right here. And if it's not at 72.60, we're going to take it down, right? Close below that 55. Just close below this 55. A solid close, right? Candlestick close. Next candle you see is red, and we'll sell it to the downside. This could do exactly the opposite. This could just bounce to the upside and just continue on its move. Absolutely. No questions asked. It can do that. Absolutely. All right. What else are we going to peek at? Look at this move, this... Look at this Euro New Zealand, huh? Wow. What a move. You know, so, you know, if you're new to trading, like, you know, if you're really new to trading, please use your fib tool. Use your fib tool. It's just so important that you use your fib tool, right? So here's the last swing. I don't think we're going to do the high to low of the whole chart. We'll just do the last swing here. Bring it down, right? And this gives you an idea of where you might want to say, well, where's it going to continue to the downside? Well, it looks like at the 50%, at the 55, it's going to go to the downside. However, I'm looking at, what about buying this, right? We buy it support and we sell it resistance, folks. Why don't we buy this? What's the only question? We got to get above this 55 EMA, right? You just have to get above that 55 EMA. You get above this 55 EMA, we're in this to the upside. This is a buying opportunity, right? And we'll take it back to the upside. Now, where's the spot's gonna hit us at 200? It's probably gonna falter on us. It's gonna do its thing, right? Again, back to levels, right? We can even pull this down a little bit if you wanted to. We can go to this level here, right there, right? So it'd be a journey to the upside. So again, here we are back with two ideas. One, we can buy it. The other is, wait till it gets to the 55 and maybe it's going to drop back down again. But I like it. I mean, as far as a chart, this is a beautiful stair-step chart to the downside. It's pretty nice. It really is a nice looking chart. Something I'd definitely be interested in. Do I think something's going to happen today? No. No, I think this is... I'm sorry, folks. I need something. I need some coffee. No, I think this is an upside. I think this is a two-trade thing here. It's not going to happen today. I think we're looking for next week's trades at this point. I really think the traders are pretty fed up, and they've had enough of the week. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see the next 2 days are duds. I hope that's not the I hope that doesn't what happened, but to me, the markets and the attitude and what's going on, I think traders are tired. They've had enough of elections and all that junk, so I think they're finished. Traders, thank you so much for being with me this week and all your support and your comments. It's really been fun. As you know, I don't do a video on Friday. I have another obligation. And again, thank you for your support. Traders, always remember, trade smart, not hard. What's more important than anything? Let's have a little bit of fun. Traders, we'll see you Monday morning, bright and early in Asia. Take care, my friends. Have a great weekend.